Today's lesson is on dividing whole numbers. If we brainstorm some different keywords for symbols that are indicative of division, I think we would come up with the words split, like splitting the class into 3 groups, put into groups, kind of the same concept, and the word quotient. That's always a great word, means the answer to a division problem. If we look below, we can see that we have a long division house below. We have a fraction, and we have a division symbol. These are all ways we can see division. So this part here just says we need to label the parts below, either a dividend or a divisor. Well, whatever we're dividing by, that would be this one here, is called the divisor. If we look at the fraction, this one is going to be the divisor. And if we think about it with a division symbol, 437 divided by 19, the thing we're dividing by is always our divisor. That leaves the remaining ones as our dividend. This would be our dividend, is what's being divided. This would be our dividend. And then also, that one there would be called our dividend. All right, moving forward, let's look at practicing some dividing. Let me change my color for you. So we're going to rewrite this, and the reason why they're using the grid is to keep our work organized. So I'm going to rewrite this problem, and I'm going to take out the decimal or the comma and write it just like that. So we just do division now. 25 will not go into 1. Instead of writing zeros, I'm going to write dashes. 25 will not, you know what? We may get confused as a negative sign, so let's go with 0. 27 will not go into 11. So my first problem is going to be 27 into 113. So I don't know my 27s, so I'm going to go over here, but I do know 4 times 25 is 100, so I'm going to try 4 times 27 and see what I get. 4 times 7 is 28, carry a 2. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. I get 108. That's going to work out well. So I get 108. And now I need to subtract. Well, 3 won't subtract 8, so I'm going to regroup these numbers and turn that into a 13. I borrowed 1. 13 minus 8 is 5. Bring down my 4. 27 into 54, I know that is 2 times. So I get a remainder of 0, which means I'm done. My final answer is 42. Let's try the next one. 18 is my horse. 3,672 is my cowboy. So now I'm just going to start dividing. 18 will not go into 3, but it will go into 36. I know that as 2 times. And I get a remainder of 0. I need to bring that 7 down. If I bring something down, I must divide into it. 18 into 7. No, it won't go. So I add a 0 up here and go ahead and put a 0 here and subtract, and I get 7 still. So now I get to bring down my 2. 18 into 72, well, it's 4. 4 times 18 is 72. Subtract, I get a remainder of 0. I'm done. Therefore, I will write my answer as 204. Last practice on this one. 5,224 is my dividend. It goes inside. It's being divided by my divisor of 8. So 8 will not go into 5, but 8 will go into 52. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 6 is 48. That works out for me. So 6 times 8 is 48. Subtract. I get a remainder of 4. Bring down my 2. 8 will go into 42 5 times, because 5 times 8 is 40. And I get a remainder of 2. Bring down my 4. 8 goes into 24 3 times, and I get a remainder of 0. So my final answer will be 653. All right, moving to the last problem. A school supply company is packaging crayons in preparation for back-to-school shopping. In one day, the company produces 9,504 crayons. If they are packaged in boxes of 24, then how many boxes of crayons did the company make? Well, I know that I have 9,504 crayons, and we're going to divide those up into boxes of 24. Now, I'm going to be writing on the words a little bit because I don't have a lot of room here. 24 will not go into 9, but 24 will go into 95. 4 times 24, 16, 8, that's 96. So that's too big. So I need to use 3. So 3 times 24, when I work it out, I get 72. So now I can subtract, and I get a remainder of 23. As long as my remainder is smaller than my divisor, I am good to keep working. So I'm going to bring down that 0. Well, that's really close to times 10, but it's not quite there. So I'm going to try 9. 9 times 4 is 36. 9 times 2 is 18, plus that 3 is 21. 216 works. 9 times 24 is 216. Regroup, borrow, I get 4, I got 14. Now I get to bring down my 4. 24 times, I'm going to try 6, because I know I need to see if I can end in a 4. 6 times 4 is 24. Carry a 2. 6 times 2 is 12, plus that 2 is 14. Perfect. And I get a remainder of 0. So how many boxes of crayons can they make? They can make 396 boxes with what they produce today. Now on the next page, you're going to need to practice dividing through the challenge pyramid. And you're going to probably need to use another piece of paper and do your division, and you'll be writing your answers in the pyramid as well, and then answer the following question on the bottom.